Good evening and welcome to RuneNews. Ryan here, back again, bringing you some more top quality, unbiased information and opinions across the RuneScape community. Here at RuneNews, we're guaranteed to be your #1 legitimate news source without shoving Raid Shadow Legends down your throat.
Play for free now.
It's a pay-to-win game. Our first old school news today comes from the recent update for Phosani's Nightmare. It looks like great fun. It's a really good idea. It's just a week-long event where people can go and kill the Nightmare solo that's slightly stronger. And it's basically a competition to see who gets the fastest kill within the week. And the winner gets a prize of like 6-month membership, 3-month membership, and so on. And little things like that. It's really excellent. It's good to see Jagex doing something cool for the community like that. And they've separated competition from the content creators and streamers and the normal players. So all the skilled content creators can compete against each other, and one of their followers gets the reward, and then all the skilled non-content creators can just do it independently and chase that reward at the end as well. It should be good fun. I'm not going to compete myself, I just don't have the time for that. However, I definitely approve of this update. I was getting a bit sick of all the constant Mortania updates lately, but they're pulling through something like this, and it'd be interesting to see how fast people can kill this boss. Next, you got tinted hit splats, where you can go to your settings and enable it so that your hits are slightly different to other players' hits when you're attacking the same monster. It's completely fucking pointless. It's just for people who are too brain dead to do the math or even use their XP drops as an indicator of how much damage they're doing. When you're sitting there, if you can't tell how much fucking damage you're doing by the XP coming up on your screen, you might have a bit of a problem. And our final news. The most important news of the week. Juliet has cancelled the 7th birthday event. You cannot attend it anymore. Thank fucking Christ. Hopefully this affects the price of your average girlfriend on the Grand Exchange and we can start raising that fucking price. Last week it was 6.7k for a girlfriend. It's just fucking ridiculously cheap. It's put a serious bottleneck in my financial growth. And on to RuneScape 3. Now, I know a lot of you don't care about RuneScape 3. I don't give a shit either, but I've got to be biased. Unbiased? One of the two, whichever one means fair. I've got to satisfy the entire RuneScape community. It is still a game at the end of the day. And part of their patch this week, they made improvements to Tutorial Island. I didn't even know Tutorial Island was back. I thought it was still Berthor, where they really fucked it up. But it's good to see that they've made the game so fucking confusing that they need to make more improvements to Tutorial Island. It was the most balanced thing in the game. It still is in old school. How much shit are you adding to the game to the point that someone with your average IQ can't figure out how to play the game? It's not hard, it's just left clicks. In more RuneScape 3 news, Diango's shop has gone under some work, like anyone gives a shit, and of course they've had some bug fixes. The game's riddled with bugs. It always has been, always will be. Nothing fucking new there. Now I'm going to hand you over to Wade Green quickly for a Grand Exchange update. As usual, the items are more than likely going to be pieces of shit that no one actually buys. We're trying to work things out with the Grand Exchange system so we can get some more informative information across to the crowd rather than how much a fucking Iron Javelin's gone up in price. No one gives a shit. No one uses it. So bear with us for a few more episodes. But in the meantime, here's Wade Green. Thank you for that, Ryan, mate. Welcome to the Grand Exchange update. Once again, we've got some bullshit ass item on the price rise. The Serum 207 3-dose. No one uses it. No one gives a shit. It's completely fucking useless. There has been zero change in the price over the past 6 months, yet it's dropped from 2 GP to 1 GP, back up to 2 again over about a week, which makes no fucking sense. It's a useless item we're not trading. We should probably have it eliminated from the Grand Exchange. It should not be tradable. Fucking pointless. On to our biggest loss of the week. We have the wooden stock. Again, another useless fucking item with 6 months, no change at all, 0% across the board. It's gone up from 1 GP to 2 to 3, back to 2, and then back to 1 again. What the fuck's going on here? Why are all these bullshit ass items popping up on my newsfeed? Who the fuck's in charge of this? Fuck's sake. Get your shit together, Susan, you cunt. Now moving on finally to your RuneScape girlfriends. We've dropped down again to 5,897 GP. Fuck me. There's no one paying attention here. Every time we've had rude news, it's plateaued out for a day and then fucking dropped again. Now I've heard that Juliet shut down the party now. The 7th anniversary is finished. Thank fuck for that. We can look at the price to rise again. For the love of God, just fucking buy your girlfriends for a good price. Stop cheaping out, you useless fucking cunts. Wait, mate. What? Cut the shit. Drop the attitude, mate. There's a million people out there that want a fucking job. Alright? You're not special. You're not fucking good at it. You're only here because it makes us look good when we've got someone with a disability on the fucking network, alright? This is a charity. And I don't give a fuck. I'll fire you straight up and get someone else in. You think I give a fuck about charity? Well, they're not fucking buying girlfriends, are they? Hey? It's not my fault they're all fucking losers. No. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. I pay your fucking wages, mate. You do what I say. So shut up, do your fucking job before I come over there and beat that ass. Back to you, Ryan. Now it's time for the weekly Ironman Moments. How's that for a title? Starting off with Phosani, or whatever his fucking name is, getting the Bandos chestplate on 2KC, which is obviously quite exciting for an Ironman because it's quite a big item for them to have, and not only that, it's very, very common to get crashed at Bandos. I crash Ironman there all the time because it's fucking funny. So good on you, mate, you've avoided me this time. Our next Ironman moment, I don't have his username, but I think it's fucking hilarious. It's some pretty solid RNG where he's done a few barrow runs. He's missing some legs, you know? I don't really know what else to say. This image speaks for itself. Some pretty solid luck. Fucking hell. Another Ironman moment from SFJP getting the Kraken pet within 10 kills of each other, which is good and bad, I guess. It's good RNG, you got 2 pet drops, but I mean, it means nothing once you've got the first pet, right? Oh, cool, I got 2 pets, but it's text in a box at that point. But it's still cool to see pets dropped in rapid succession like that. And this week's biggest Ironman moment is quite spectacular. It's unfortunate to see. It's going to hurt quite a lot of your feelings. I'm not too sure how legit it is because any drops you collected before the collection log came out aren't counted in the log. However, it's been out for quite some time now, but brace yourself for some serious loot from Cerberus. It's pretty rough. 720 kills. They've only got a jar and 27 teleport scrolls. Not a single fucking drop of any of the stones. That's disgusting. Just quit. Stop doing the boss. And finally, the weekly open poll, where this week I asked the community which item they considered was the most overrated. And number 5, coming in with 11 votes, was Armadillo armor. The argument was made that you only get like +5 range attack damage or something per piece, when I guess, yeah, Dragonhide and Karil's is a good fucking alternative considering the price difference, but I wouldn't consider it the most overrated item. Coming in at 4th place with 12 votes was the Grazi Rapier. Now, I haven't used it myself yet. I really do want to, I just haven't got around to doing it. So I can't speak from personal experience, although I'm not supposed to give my opinion on this channel. However, I don't know if it's overrated. I've seen it do some good fucking damage, but then again, it's quite a heavy price tag, so it might be overrated. Number 3 with 33 votes. Now, I'm not supposed to give my opinion on this show, yet, in my opinion, the most overrated item in the game is the Fighter Torso. By far. I think it's a hunk of shit. I personally think it's the most overrated item in the game. You go through a lot of effort just for 1 extra max hit, which isn't really worth your fucking time. Just get Obsidian gear now, and the Fighter Torso doesn't stand the test of time in my opinion. Overrated as fuck. Number 2, with 51 votes, we have Goblin Mail. Yes, it's overrated. The vast majority of RuneScape's population is wearing Goblin Mail. In Lumbridge, Goblin Village, the Wilderness. Where else do you find those cunts? Anywhere there's a goblin, they're wearing Goblin Mail. I'm sick of them flexing on me all the time just because I can't fit in that shit. It's ridiculous. Which reminds me, before I reveal the most overrated item, there was a post I saw about trying to start a petition to implement fat rune armor into the game. Now, this is an excellent idea. That way, I could be a fat piece of shit in-game and in real life. Because I've got that inevitable dad bod cranking. I've been drinking too much coffee. Fuck, I'm retarded. And now, the number 1 spot for the most overrated item in old school RuneScape, voted by the community with 87 votes, is the Twisted Bow. What a surprise. One of the most expensive weapons in the game, the most powerful ranged weapon in the game, costing you 1 billion GP. The argument was made that if you don't own it, you think it's overrated, which is a fair point. However, maybe there's a cheaper alternative that can out DPS it on the majority of monsters in the game. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not supposed to give my opinion on this show. Congratulations, Tbow. You're overrated as fuck. If you don't own one, it's overrated. If you do, enjoy being out DPS by a blowpipe when you're trying to kill cows. And that's all the news today. Nothing else for RuneNews this week. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to check out the Twitter channel or wherever. I'll put a link somewhere for that because, yeah, we can get some more followers. You can submit your Iron Man shit there if you want, or any other moments. Just, you know how it works. Keep sharing the content around if you enjoy it. Leave a like, all that gay shit. And if you have any suggestions for what you want to see implemented into RuneNews, leave it in the comments. I'd like to know what else I can do to improve the show. I'm always trying to make changes to the show, but your feedback as the audience is always the priority. Thank you for watching. I'm Ryan. Good night.